Despite the fact that crypto mining has been around since Bitcoin was first mined in 2009, lately it has generated a lot of interest among miners, investors, and cybercriminals alike. So, what exactly is cryptocurrency mining and how does it operate? Let's try to understand the basics first. The term crypto mining refers to the process of acquiring cryptocurrencies by solving cryptographic problems using computers. This procedure requires validating data blocks and adding transaction records to a blockchain, which is a public ledger. In fact, entire networks of devices are involved in crypto mining to maintain shared records by blockchains. It is critical to understand that the cryptocurrency market is an alternative to the traditional banking system. In traditional banking, a centralized authority controls, maintains, and updates a centralized ledger. That is, every transaction must pass through the central banking system where it is recorded and verified. Furthermore, it is a restricted system with only a small number of banks permitted to connect directly to the centralized banking system. But in the case of cryptocurrencies, there is no central authority or centralized ledger. This is due to the fact that cryptocurrencies operate in a decentralized system with a distributed ledger known as blockchain. In contrast to the traditional banking system, anyone can connect to and participate in the cryptocurrency system. However, cryptocurrency is also a distributed system in addition to being decentralized. This means that the ledger of all transactions is public and stored on a number of computers. This is in contrast to the centralized systems of traditional banks. Now the question arises, in the absence of a central bank, how are transactions verified before being recorded in the ledger? Instead of relying on a central banking system to verify transactions, cryptocurrency relies on cryptographic algorithms. And that's where miners come into picture. During the cryptocurrency mining process, crypto miners or volunteer coders compete to solve cryptographic problems using high-performance computers. Each problem employs cryptographic hash functions associated with a block containing the data of a cryptocurrency transaction. The first miner to crack each code is rewarded for being able to authorize the transaction. Thus, crypto miners earn small amounts of cryptocurrency in exchange for the service provided. After successfully completing the mathematical problem and verifying the transaction information, the crypto miner adds the data to the public blockchain ledger. Bitcoin mining is the process by which new bitcoins enter circulation. But it is also an important component of the blockchain ledger's maintenance and development. Satoshi Nakamoto, the creator of Bitcoin, came up with the idea of verifying transactions to avoid the double spending problem. Miners are eligible to be rewarded with Bitcoins after verifying 1 MB worth of Bitcoin transactions, known as a block. Satoshi Nakamoto set the 1 MB limit, which is controversial because some miners believe the block size should be increased to accommodate more data. This would effectively mean that the Bitcoin network could process and verify transactions more quickly. 1 MB of transactions can theoretically be as few as 1 or as many as several thousand. It is determined by how much data the transactions consume. Two conditions must be met in order to earn Bitcoins. One must validate 1 MB of transactions. This is the simple part. The tough part is to be the first miner to find the correct answer or the closest answer to a numerical problem. This is also known as proof of work. To earn Bitcoin, the miners are attempting to be the first one to generate a 64-digit hexadecimal number or a hash that is less than or equal to the target hash. It's all a matter of guesswork. But with trillion number of possible guesses for each of these problems, it's extremely difficult work. Miners require a large amount of computing power to solve a problem first. They must have a high hash rate to mine successfully. Mining also serves another important function in the Bitcoin ecosystem. It is the only way to release new cryptocurrency into circulation. Miners, in other words, are essentially minting currency. Aside from the coins created by the Genesis block, all Bitcoins were created by miners. In the absence of miners, Bitcoin as a network would continue to exist and be usable, but no new Bitcoin would be created. Bitcoin mining will eventually come to an end. According to the Bitcoin protocol, the total number of Bitcoins will be limited to 21 million. However, because the rate at which Bitcoin is mined decreases over time, the final Bitcoin will not be circulated until around 2140. This is not to say that transactions will no longer be verified. Miners will continue to verify transactions and will be compensated for their efforts in order to maintain the network's integrity. Aside from the short-term Bitcoin payoff, miners also have voting power when changes to the Bitcoin network protocol are proposed.